Hey everyone, welcome back to the return of Final Fantasy I, Dawn of Souls version, originally for the Game Boy Advance. We are doing our randomized party playthrough. This is what we're looking at right now. Level 15 on everyone. I think when I last left off, level 10-ish, somewhere around there. Since then, I've trained up a bit, just around Alfheim. The reason I was training to hit magic level 4, as you can see on our Red Mage, Black Mage, and White Mage, is because there's a spell here that I particularly want for the next phase of the game. So it's going to be way too expensive to buy all the level 4 magic spells. We don't have nearly enough gil at 2,500 a pop, but Poisona will be incredibly useful in the upcoming dungeon. No one has their level 3s yet, so let's go fill up on those real fast. This is a pretty classic joke right here. Here lies Lake. I guess because we're in Alfheim and Link looks kind of like an elf. It's a nice little Easter egg. Okay, so Firaga, Kira, of course. Dyra will be incredibly useful against the undead foes, but that means we have to pass on Noblaze. Heal is phenomenally useful. It heals everyone at the same time, so it's the only real AoE heal you're going to get. Without a White Mage, you can't have AoE heals. First, let's get Hex all suited up. Obviously the damage spells, he's going to want those. Fukura lowers evasion of all foes, probably not going to want to pick that up. Okay, well, we're down to just 676 gil. But we got everybody's level 3 magic completely done. And one spell of Ragla's level 4 magic out of the way. The most useful one. Okay, as for the weapons and armor, I don't think there's anything here anyone needs. I mean, we can pick up a dagger for Hexen. Slightly better than the knife he has. It's a large knife. So there's that. The Crozier and the Iron Nunchaku, the thing about these, they technically are better for Mirik and his attack. But even when the base Nunchaku gave him higher attack, which now it doesn't anymore, he was still doing more damage with nothing equipped. The monk's base attack scales with level, pretty hardcore. Eventually, his attack will always be better without weapons than with, basically. And he gets more hits out of it. So, truth be told, it's much easier just to not buy him any weapons. Okay, as for armor. Iron armor, we don't have a warrior, so no big deal there. Those are expensive. Pass for now. Iron shield, no one can use. Helm, no one can use. 4 leather caps. No one's wearing a helmet at the moment, so that's easy. Well, now that the housekeeping's out of the way, we can continue our quest to the Western Keep. Here we go, Western Keep. Looks just like a castle. It's got this creepy castle remix music. It's like Castle Cornelia, but Cornelia. The castle. That's either a name or a Star Fox reference. I forget. Hey look, the king! I was tricked by Astos, king of the Dark Elves, and now my castle's fallen into ruin. If I could only retrieve the crown from the Marsh Cave, I would be able to restore my castle. Might you bring me the crown? Here we go. This is the elf king. You know, supposedly. Look at that, 141 damage from Mirik with his base attack. No weapons. That's pretty incredible, to be honest. Having a monk is going to be this party's saving grace, I believe. Oh look, Dyme's poisoned. It's going to be a lot more of that. I actually forget how to check the map. There's a code for it. It's like select and B. Select and R and B. In Matoya's cave, someone tells you how to check the map, and I honestly don't remember. Just like I'm playing the game for the first time. Let's pick up those 2 copper armlets for the squishier of the mages. It's a armor. It says arm here, which stands for armor because it's like the clothing category, but it's actually an armlet. So I'm not really sure what is happening there, to be honest. Well, here we go. This is the marshland. Okay, the game's first bona fide dungeon. There are some decent treasures here. And that is why Dyra, whatever you want to call it. It's nice to have on a White Mage so that they can actually deal damage in places like this. I will say the one issue with blasting enemies like this with White Mage is it does cost MP that you could otherwise be using to heal your party. Whereas the Black Mage only has MP to destroy enemies. It serves no other function, really. And I find a copper armlet that I just spent 800 gil on in the town. Ooh, level up. Here it is. 2. That is beyond reasonable. That was probably a waste. Okay. Lots of money. Lots of XP. For the amount of enemies we fought. And we've tamed the ground. Our mission here is done. So I almost walked all the way back to Elfheim to heal. Then I remembered. That's what tents are for. Wait, partially restores party's HP and MP. This must be a game with cottages. Wah, 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 wah. Hey, that was a pretty accurate laugh. You fools fell right into my trap. I am Astos, King of the Dark Elves. What? With the combined power of the crown you now hold and the crystal eye I already possess, I will become the true Elf King. It is useless to resist me. I can take what is mine by sheer force. He looks a lot like the Dark Elf that appears later in Final Fantasy IV. So I guess this is just what the Final Fantasy universe Dark Elves look like. Gonna raise Hexen's evasion to maybe help out, because I believe this guy can only physical attack. Actually, no, I don't think that's true, but probably mostly what he does. Yeah, that tempered monk hit was pretty powerful. Hexen gets the final blow, but didn't do nearly as much damage. Lots of EXP, lots of gil. And of course, you obtained a crystal eye. And presumably the crown, which we had, lost, got back. So the crystal eye belongs to a certain old witch. So before we hop back on our boat, let's see what level 4 magic we can pick up. Fear doesn't seem that useful. No Frost might come in handy. Vox, Tear Silence could definitely come in handy, considering we are mostly mages. That'll do it for white magic. At least for Rogglyph. As for black magic, Lazara, most definitely. Haste? Absolutely. That is going to make Mirk a powerhouse. We will worry about that later. Same with Dyme's level 4 magic, none of them are that important, so it can wait. Anyway, we're back on our boat. Where are we going? To the north-ish? The fastest way to get to Matoya's cave is either just north from here? Cornelia. It is Cornelia, like the person. Now I know. Anyway, here it is. Matoya's cave. Classic music. A very famous piece. Frontwards, backwards, any way you see. Such a strange spell to swish swisheree. B button select. Swish swisheroo. It's written backwards, but it says B button select, and that's how you look at the map. Of course, that's what I thought I tried earlier, but it didn't seem to work, so maybe I tried select B. The Earth Crystal is to the far west, but time for everything later. After we give Matoya her crystal eye. Thump, ouch. What a cutscene. Oh, what's this? My crystal eye? Give it here. Don't worry, I have something to give you in exchange. Take this potion. It's the most amazing potion in my entire collection. Well, that was a happy coincidence. I don't need you anymore, so be on your way. You're not even as attractive as I thought you'd be. Ouch. It's my gray hair, isn't it? Whatever. Back to our boat. I guess we're going back to Alfheim to wake up the prince with the Jolt Tonic we just got from Matoya. This Jolt Tonic may be just what we need to break the curse and awaken the prince. I will try it at once. Fade to white. Your Highness. He's awake! I was having a terrible nightmare. Am I still dreaming? Okay, he passed us the Mystic Key because we are the legendary heroes. Anyway, we can revisit a lot of places we've already been to use the Mystic Key to get some sweet loot. Boom. Mithril Hammer. Like it. 800 gil. 700 gil. Bronze gloves. Alright, so let's head back to the Western Keep first to pick up what the Mystic Key can get us there. Here we are. Okay, here we go. This was it, I believe. It's guarded? By chumps, surely. Yep, chumps. Falchion. That sounds like a pretty cool sword that also Dyme might be able to use. Yes. Still chumps. Steel gloves. I doubt I can use those. And a power staff. Hey, I think the trap spot is in front of the chest, so by stepping here, I avoided it. Okay, literally identical in stats to the broadsword. Again, I'm going to say that this is a thief weapon. Because the scimitar, which is a thief weapon, and Dyme could also use, was worse than the broadsword. So now, at this point, the thief gets the falchion, which brings him up to the broadsword's level. We don't need it. To the Marsh Cave! Okay, so we're back on the bottom floor of the Marsh Cave. Hey! Silver armlet. Ooh, okay. Mystic Key door, nothing in there. Some mysterious statues that also surrounded the Mystic Ground, but nothing of importance. 1,000 gil. Back in Elfheim for what I believe is the last time. Almost ever. No, ever. I'm picking up the last two spells for Dyme. Haste and Lazara. The reason why I wasn't positive that was the last time I was going to be in Elfheim is because after you unlock the class promotions for Warrior and Thief to become Knight and Ninja, they unlock the ability to use like limited white and black magic, respectively. So you have to go back to those towns to purchase it for them. But I don't have either of those classes in my party, so I will never be back there as far as I know. Bye, Elfheim. It's been cool. Now we're back in Cornelia, and there's something that the Mystic Key can unlock here. For sure. The time has come to use the key to open the doors. The equipment within is sure to help you. Okay. Boom. Tent. Like that. Iron armor. Can't use that. Oh, a story item? Nitro powder. Saber. Cottage. Mithril knife. So there are cottages. Cool. Hexen. Mithril knife. 2 less stack for 15 accuracy. You know I'm about that. Wow. A lot of this stuff is a lot less useful with this party than it would be normally. Also, we're headed to the Chaos Shrine now because I think that something can be unlocked with the Mystic Key there. Of course, I could be wrong, and we're fighting scrubs for nothing, but here we go. Boom. Something tells me that chest was accessible from the beginning. Yeah, see, this also seems old. Maybe one of these has a Mystic lock on it? Oh, this one, I bet was locked with the Mystic Key. Because gargoyles. Werebuster. Gold needle. Something? The rune blade. Some cool stuff for sure. They both sound like magical swords, which is a red mage thing, at least in that 3 and 5 maybe? I don't know. Yeah. A sword effective against spellcasters. A sword effective against werebeasts. They're both quite a bit better. I like it. Switch it out based on what you need. I'm gonna say werebeasts are more likely to be fought at this point. I don't really know many spellcasting enemies, to be honest. Anyway, with the nitro powder in tow and all the other loot, we are headed at long last towards the first of the elemental crystals. Of course, NPCs and various people have been telling us for a while that it's Earth, and here is the cave that proves it. Dwarves, non-dwarger, lally-ho. Yeah, he could make a magical sword without a adamantite. Too bad no one in my party would be able to use that magical sword. Whoa. Loot. Worm killer. Is there? Potion? Mithril mail? Ooh, this is a lot of really good stuff. Great helm and tent. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this door was locked with a Mystic Key, because if you can really come here as soon as you have a boat, there was no chance that they'd give you all that right then. Or else Dyme could have been suited up with this, Worm Killer for even longer. Okay, so the Worm Killer is 1 attack better than the Rune Blade or the Werebuster. It's good against dragons. I may as well use it until I have a need for one of these other two, because it is slightly better. Exclamation point. Nitro powder. Nitro powder. Here we go. There we go. Knew we can bluter this rock to smithereens. Ah! Let's run, Derek. Okay, so we've created a canal now, very conveniently with the nitro powder that didn't somehow collapse this cave or kill anyone. That Narek, he's a grey dwarf, the kind you can really look up to. And this guy explains where you can get the nitro powder. In case you didn't find it, with the Mystic Key, here we are, canal, opened. Back to our boat. Crossing through the canal, there's a whirlpool here you might notice, it's the Life Spring Grotto. Yipes, people, you aren't gonna hurt me? Well, maybe I can tell you a little about this place. This covers on the Life Spring Grotto. Fetid water seeps from the statue. Again, starts out maybe a little manageable, gets pretty ridiculous. It's endgame content, for sure. Here we go. And a new town. What's up, Melmond? Ooh, they are right at the epicenter of this earth decay. The vampire attacked, destroying our church and leaving our city in shambles. So nothing we can do to stop the ruination of the Earth. So yeah, I would have guessed that this town was destroyed by the Earth Crystal going out, since they're so close in proximity, but he says it was a vampire attack. Well, I guess both are bad. Sada? Wise man that knows much? Hey, it's a dwarf. Watts is my name. Watts is the name of a dwarf that shows up in other Final Fantasy games as well, like Final Fantasy Adventure, which I just played through as well. So, these guys are dropping more plot bombs, and more hints about this levy stone that makes things float. Makes devices fly? The giant eats rocks, but he likes gems. Okay. And, Dr. Un, the great genius. It's inconceivable that I've never heard of him. Well, I have now, and I will use that information later when we need him. Okay, the Devil's Tail is south of here, the Cabin of Earth. Anyway, shopping time. The knight's armor costs a ridiculous amount of money, but we don't have a knight, or even a warrior. Silver armor, on the other hand, very nice. We'll buy 2 of those. That's half our money right there, but Mirek and Rogla are both lovely. Great helm, no need. Bronze gloves, steel gloves. So much warrior-specific stuff here. Alright, after we sold all that stuff that we can't use at all because of our party comp, and old stuff that we didn't need anymore, we're doing okay on money again. Back up to 16k. Which is roughly what we started with, I believe. So, let's check out the weapons first and then magic. Nope. And then, the magic shop. Firaga, love it. Life, love it. Diga, would love it, but Healara is also phenomenal. This is probably the most problematic white magic shop in the game. 4 amazing spells. Unfortunately, gonna have to pass on this because the other ones are just too important. As for black magic, there's one good one. Anyway, I guess we're gonna grab these white magic spells now. Almost enough for Healara. We'll grind up to that amount of guilt before we continue. Okay, a couple fights later, and Rogla is all done with his magic for this level. Anyway, Don can wait. That's pretty much the moral of this run through. His spells will have to wait because there's just 2 other mages with better stuff to prioritize. Okay, so we're now headed to the cave on the Devil's Tail, I believe the townsperson called it, where the vampire lives. It's part of a somewhat roundabout quest to actually get to the Fiend of Earth, but it's the first thing we gotta do. Also, incidentally, there's an interesting glitch over here. Maybe glitch, maybe intended. Something like where every space here... Yes, I believe we're in the glitch now. So every space here triggers a battle. Guaranteed. So it's extremely good for training up, or horrible to get caught in. If you try walking around it, fighting a battle every space, thinking you're having bad luck, and you're halfway in, well, you have to fight a battle every space on the way out. Hey, a level up. Looks like it paid off already. But I'm gonna try to get out. Ugh. Nope. Fun little bit of trivia, but pretty pesky. Dang, this cave is filled with bats. Must be the vampire. Key. Ah, more treasure. Coral sword. Tent. 330 gil. I'm amassing quite the collection of specialty swords. Ooh, finally on Cavern of Earth B3. I believe I explored every room of the first 2 floors, but it took a while. Lots of EXP though. I'm going to assume he's a spellcaster and actually give Dyme his rune blade. All things in this world are destined to end in death. The seal cannot be broken, and so the earth shall rot. Sweet special effects. You cannot alter destiny. Mere mortals cannot kill the undying. Let's haste. And then temper. So just fully buff up Mirik. Get him ready to go. And then, let's try Firaga-ing the vampire. Can I? You can't target enemies with healing? No. I guess that's what Dire is for. He's undead, so I was trying to heal him to deal damage, but... Nope, not meant to be. Okay, Temper, nice. Landed before Mirik went. Haste, also landed before Mirik went. Is this a one-shot? 12 hit. Yeah, it was. 439 damage. Oof. Well, there you go, folks. That's the secret to beating bosses in this game. You haste and temper a physical attacker. The Star Ruby. Something we didn't know we were looking for, but we do know that we need a gem to feed the golem. If we try to proceed, a stone slab is set in the floor. An evil force seems to emanate from within. Nothing we can do about that, so... Something, yeah, I should probably comment on Firaga already. We're trying to break the seal on the 4 crystals. We haven't broken 1 seal yet. And we already know Firaga. Usually the best fire spell in the Final Fantasy game. Or at least pretty near the end game, later half. The pacing of the game, a little bit iffy, I guess you could say. Ooh, another level up. Nice. Having said that, I do think you're pretty close to halfway done with the game by the time you release the seal on the first crystal, or restore it, or whatever we're doing. Maybe not halfway, pretty close? I don't know, it's definitely not the first quarter. It's a lot more than that. But still, Firaga, at this point, way too early. Okay, I do take back what I said about teleport not being useful. I would have loved to have had that there. Would have made getting out of the cave a lot easier. Did I ever buy Firaga for time? No, I didn't. Okay. That's definitely going to be worth having. Life, he can't use till he's a wizard. Diaga, he can never use. Healer, he can never use. Okay, I'm probably going to pick up Life with Dyme when he's a red wizard. And then also, what black magic spell? I guess I'll get Dyme Firaga now. Anyway, for now, we're headed into yet another cave. How many can they have on this western continent? Well, apparently 1 more. Hello, giant. Who the cave is named after? Do you have Star Ruby? Give me Star Ruby and I'll let you pass. Sure. Alright. Crunch munch. Nothing tastier than rubies. And he's gone. If you get the camera nod from Nide, you know you've done something plot-related. I guess that was the game's way of making the vampire relevant. You had to avenge the town. Sada. So you were the ones who defeated the vampire, eh? Here's only a servant. The beast corrupting the earth crystal lurks far deeper within the cavern. Here, take this staff with you and use it behind the vampire's chamber. Oh. How exciting. We get to go all the way back to where the vampire was, to that tablet behind his little abode. Forgot to check what was down here in the Giant's Cave. Some more stuff we can't use? Well, money. Mithril Helm. Can Dyme use that? I'm gonna hope so. No? You can use Mithril Mail, but not a Mithril Helm. But it's Mithril. It's light and easy to use. This game leans so heavily into the fighter class. Warrior. Originally fighter. And you realize it more than ever when you don't have one in your party. Okay, we are finally here, back behind the vampire's home, cave, lair, I don't know. He was just crashing. I guess we used the Earth Staff, Earth Rod, whatever it was. Tablet's gone. Cavern of Earth B4. More floors to go, at least 1, maybe multiple. Okay, Cavern of Earth B5, so there is another floor. Hopefully the last. Okay, this looks final. Yes. We made it. Okay, we're pretty low. Let's heal up. You know, I always remember this dungeon as being one of the most tedious dungeons in the entire game. I suppose that's possibly because you kind of have to do it twice. Saving. We just hit level 28. Okay, I think we have enough MP to get through this fight. Who speaks to me? I am he who feeds with the power of Earth. I will not be disturbed by mortal men. I am the Lich, Fiend of Earth. Final Fantasy has this thing going where they usually make the Earth Elemental also associated with death, like undead. Anyway, let's go with our Haste and Temper Lyric strat. See what that gets us. That was pretty weak. Even hasted 16 hits, and that was weak. And his Wazara just destroyed us. This is a, what do you call it, wake-up boss? In the meantime, let's get Dyme ready to fight as well. And obviously throw up a heal. There we go. Tempered, hasted, Mirror does almost 600 damage with one attack. Those are the kind of numbers you like to see. Sleep Ra? Froglift, don't go to sleep, we need you. Oh no. 400 damage? Hasted 100. And that's it. Okay. Man, he really puts out the damage, but can't take it too well. I shouldn't say that. He actually was taking almost no damage until we had the Temper and the Haste on Merrick. Woohoo! Look at that celebratory dance. Or cheering or whatever. And the Earth Gift Shrine, consequently, is available to us now. Accessible, rather. Goodbye, Lich statue. Sorry for freaking you out, dwarf, but it could be okay. This is the Altar of Earth, from which the power of Earth flows forth. And this handy little warpad to take us out of the dungeon without us having to do that walking back thing that I had to do last time. Even worse this time it would have been, though, as the dungeon got longer. Well, phew. We finally restored one of the crystals in a very lengthy first apparent quarter of the game. Like I said, definitely more than a quarter of the way through the game. Possibly almost half. But this is a perfect spot to stop this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying this a little bit awkward party combination. And hope to see you next time, where we will hopefully get our new classes and head towards the next crystal.